every single one of you over there boycotting Asian business and spreading more Asian hate, you fucking black fucking people with your black fatigue, okay? And what your people call niggerism.
Boycott Asian businesses. Please do.
I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist. And I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities.
So y'all know it's an Asian, we not doing the stores, right? So I haven't either, but I kind of have to go to the gas station because there are no black-owned gas stations like around here. If you know some, please tag them. But I also have to go in there and get my products. You know what products I'm talking about. The Quick Trip don't sell them products. So when I say they have been being extra friendly, I mean, I went in the store and the man gave me, I think the price of the stuff was $6.99. I promise you that man charged me $4.99. And I've been going to that store for years. He was like, "Hey, how you doing? You need anything else? We got they is trying to get y'all need But they have been friendlier than ever now. Going to them stores, I bet they be a little bit more friendly. They have learned. I don't think they learned enough, but I'm still boycotting. I'm just letting you know. Them attitudes done changed in them stores, just so y'all know. It's not hurry up.
Should we boycott Asian shops? Is that what we should do? And then every one of them said yes. Yes. Because how are black people supposed to mobilize if they're in our communities? It's not no Asian hating. It's about economics and why black people can't keep their black money within their community. So when you go to your corner shops and the food stock that they sell, right? They sell our food. They go to the corner shops. They have chicken shops lined up in our thing. It's all going back into their community. How is it coming back into ours? We have to boycott them. We don't want to, but we have to boycott them to keep it within our community. Otherwise, how are we going to progress? Right? I can't do it on my own. I need black people to help me. And I also said as well, I said, black people, you need to take time with black businesses as well.
Yeah. What you need to do, it's not even about boycott the Asian shop. It's like, buy black. That's all your message is. No, buy black.
The reason why I disagree with that, sorry to cut you.
No, go on.
The reason why I disagree with that is because when you say buy black, we still are about convenience until we get out of that mindset to strictly go and buy black. You have to give black people options. If I don't give them options, what they're going to do, they're going to fall back into the cycle. You have to get, and this is what I'm saying, like when I said boycott the Asian shops, it's because they're literally in every single community.
As you said, give the alternatives. So you can say, the only reason I'm saying, because I think getting tied up into a culture war also isn't helpful for us. Because we just look like the aggressors or something.
No.
I'm not saying don't call it out. I think there's a conversation I definitely think there's a conversation that needs to be had.
What your people call niggerism. Yeah, not my words. Those are your people words. You people that is living in that black culture mentality, the poor victim mentality, thinking that people still owe you fucking reparation. Every single
Now, this an Asian woman. Sound just like a white woman. This is how they think about you. This is what they think of you. We ain't spread no misinformation about Asians. We ain't said nothing demeaning towards Asians as a whole. All we said is, we're gonna take our money and we're gonna go shop with our own people.
That's it.
Since y'all can't seem to respect us in our own communities. And it's causing this type of pushback. They learning from these white people. They learning to play the victim. We ain't saying nothing hateful about y'all folks.
Nothing.
I tell y'all what y'all haven't said nothing about one of y'all folks killing one of our babies. Y'all ain't had no remorse for that. Y'all ain't had no empathy for that. Y'all ain't condemned this man's actions once. But then y'all condemning us because we want to spend the money with our own? Ain't that what y'all do? So we want to do what y'all do, and y'all say that we in a black culture mentality. And she said it boldly. This me saying this.
Yeah.
I'm saying this shit. This an Asian woman. Sound just like a fucking cracker. Because that's what they are. We're going to have to be very, very, very intentional and very strategic about this.
Nah, but for real though, bro, I've seen more of them speak out against black people boycotting than an Asian guy unaliving a 14-year-old that was running away from him. He actually chased him down to unalive him. Bro, it just shows you the mind state of these people, bro. They're not with us. They're not for us, bro. These people are more upset than at a boycott, which is just hurting pockets, money, something material. The natural life that was lost. Bro, oh my. So, did you guys not have a Wi-Fi connection? Was your phone battery dead? You know, when the Rick Chow stuff was happening, because it seems like all your phones are working right now. All your phones are working right now. You guys got the most to say, bro. You guys don't speak out against no racism done to blacks as soon as blacks boycott. Bruh, not everybody's Rick Chow. We didn't do nothing to you guys. Why are you boycotting us? That's racist. Black people are racist. Bro, come up out here, bro. Black people, I'm so proud of you right now. Keep going. Keep going, bro. And this ain't a boycott. This is long term, bro. This forever. Keep going, bro. Keep going. And not till they respect us. No. You should have been respected us. Even if you do start to respect us, we still shopping black, bro. Me personally, bro, I have not ate no stir-fried rice, nothing. And let's be real, that stuff be making you feel sick anyway. I don't know what, yeah, bro, we know what they cooking it with, bro. It ain't chicken. But anyway, bro, I'm proud of you black people, bro. Keep going. Don't let them try and manipulate you to thinking you racist, bro. If you want, so, who cares?
As Asian Americans, anti-blackness is fucking holding us back. I remember 6 years ago, a then Yale student, Eileen Huang, published an op-ed in which she explicitly called out our community's refusal to speak out against the systemic injustices that black Americans have been facing in this country for centuries. And this op-ed went viral in the WeChat parent groups. Not for a damn good reason though, because the responses overwhelmingly were along the lines of, oh, your parents sacrificed so much, how could you say this against your own people? Basically framing the author as a traitor against their own community for speaking out against a very valid problem. Now, keep in mind, these people are professionals, PhDs, people who have been experts in their fields for decades, yet at the same time, not being able to hold two truths at once and immediately getting defensive. You can speak out against the anti-Asian racism and violence that people have faced in our community for centuries, while also recognizing that the Asian American identity is built upon being settlers in this country, a country that's fundamentally built upon the theft of indigenous land and the exploitation of black and brown bodies and labors since its foundation. You can be part of a community, love it, and be proud of your heritage, while also being able to criticize its flaws and wanting it to change for the better. Because being a full member of a community is not blindly defending it. That's tribalism. Being part of a community is being able to recognize and speak out against its flaws so that it can become a better community built upon love. We spend so much fucking time debating Asian meetups or the definition of ABGs, but when it comes to the shit that actually matters in today's world, mass surveillance, police brutality, genocide, deportation that ultimately affects us as well, we are fucking nowhere to be seen. We have not shown up. Consistently, we have not shown up. And honestly, even we've made shit worse at times by continuing to peddle these stereotypes and continuing to buy into the model minority myth. We have so many people in this digital world with influence and with a platform, and yet we have no collective sense on how to effectively combat anti-blackness in our community. That's fucking absurd. Because the more we talk about, oh, it's us versus them, it's red versus blue, that's where the people in power want us to be, and they have us exactly where they fucking want us to be. Because the more we talk about this shit, the further we get from recognizing that it's actually top versus bottom, from actually building class consciousness, let alone class solidarity, which is what we desperately need right now. So anyways, holy shit, but we have to do better. We have not shown up.
Common sense approach. Now, I know most Asian business owners are probably thinking to themselves that this situation with black Americans banning supporting their businesses will eventually come to an end sooner than later, and it'll be back to business as usual. But to be honest with you, I don't think so. As you can see, these ladies getting it in, putting in work. I don't think so. I think you guys are in it for the long haul when it comes to black people supporting your businesses again. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why I think so. Number one, a lot of people been waiting on you to fuck up anyway. And that's just the truth. A lot of people have been waiting on you to fuck up. Which leads me to number two. You have close to 50 million black Americans in this country. A lot of them who have been waiting on the opportunity to provide these services to their community. But you was in the way, which goes back to number one. A lot of people been waiting on you to fuck up. And last but not least, a lot of black Americans have been talking to their children about this. And there's a lot of things you don't want to be in the eyes of your children, but you definitely don't want to be a hypocrite and to look weak in front of your children or in the eyes of your children. So for me to sit down and have these conversations with my children on why we shouldn't support these businesses, and then to go and start back supporting them, makes me a hypocrite to my child, and it also makes me look weak. So for the, it's a few more reasons, but those just a few reasons why I feel like things will never go back and be the same as it was. This common sense approach.
All right, y'all. As you can see, they playing dirty. They are using our own people to promote their businesses, offering things like a penny for these grand openings. And this girl is actually going around state to state, child. And I just don't understand. Harriet Tubman would never. I was in her comments, but she blocked me several times on my different pages. So I just said, well, let me screen record what I could. And what's up, South Carolina? Where's my braids? My wig slash my track. What's up, Savannah, Georgia? Where's all my braids? My wigs. Oh shit, do the coon shuffle. Do the coon shuffle. Do the coon shuffle. Jigga jigga jig. Jigga jigga jig.
And that's why I said that boycott shit y'all talking with them Asians ain't gonna fucking work. Because we have a black woman online harassing, bullying another black woman for doing her fucking job. For doing her fucking job. But that community, though, we supposed to come together. This is why I say black people, today's black people, this is why we can't get shit done. This is why we can't get shit done. Because y'all are so caught up in race emotions. Y'all don't move with no precision, unorganized, overly emotional, and then do stupid shit. Do stupid shit. Win the battle, lose the war shit. Consistently. That's how we move today. We don't move tactical at all. So instead of, that lady says she is partnered through someone else to do that for those people. First of all them fucking Asian stores and shit got to do is do a penny sale and y'all niggas gonna show up. It's about to be back to school. Y'all kids gonna have to get their hair done, all that shit anyway. Y'all bitches gonna have to get y'all hair done. Them box braids to go on them trips to Jamaica and shit. Them cruises y'all about to go on and spend that, to use that credit card to go on. So come on now. But instead of her saying, because y'all aren't gonna be like, sis, you don't have to do that. I got some connections. You could partner with X, Y, Z, woot, so you don't lose no money and food on the table for you and your family. But that's the thing, y'all. When y'all gonna tell her to boycott, so she can't do her job because y'all chose that y'all want to do a dumbass boycott. That's unsustainable because we don't have anything to sustain this. We don't have the infrastructure or the means in place to sustain this shit. But y'all are so emotional they're gonna jump up and do some dumbass shit. And then when by September, y'all gonna be right back over there. Can I get my nails done, please? Can I get some hair? The United States of America and this administration tried to boycott China. And look where we are now. Tried to tariff the fuck. That didn't work. Why? Because we don't have the infrastructure in America anymore to sustain that shit.
I'm very glad that the conversation about South Asian people implanting themselves in black communities and taking our money but not showing us any kind of humanity is coming up again with the whole situation with the Peckham hair shop, because it's a very, very valid issue, and it's very sinister to see that a lot of people, a lot of South Asian people and Asian people in general will set up shop in black communities and they'll take our money, but they'll be following us around shops and they will be just displaying very, very racist behavior due to white supremacist ideals. I'm so glad the conversation's happening. I'm so glad that there's a conversation about boycotting these shops until they show us respect, or just indefinitely. But on the back end of that conversation, obviously a lot of black people are once again saying that we need to start investing black pounds, black dollars in the US, because similar things happen there too. A lot of us are trying to start the conversation that we should be investing that money, our money, within our own community. And I just have something to say about it. Don't worry, I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it, because I love buying from black businesses. If there's a black business that does the same as any other business, best believe I want to buy from them first. That is, hands down, that's always what I want to do. I do believe that the black pound holds a lot of weight and we should be investing it back into our community. So don't worry, I'm not saying. But what I am saying and what I am begging from the black community this time is, please, can we have this conversation in earnest? Please, can we be serious serious about this conversation. Not about whether or not we're going to do it, because we can do it very easily, but about businesses within the black community and how they are run, because there are plenty of black businesses that have a good business plan, that have longevity in mind, that have good business, is it acumen, I think that's how it's pronounced, but basically just very good business skills, who are going to go very far in life, right? 10 of which even got $10,000 investments from Beyonce at her concert. If you know, you know. But there are plenty of black people who are doing amazing in business. This is not about you. But from these times, from these conversations, from these boycotts, there always pops up quite a few unregistered black businesses, unregistered businesses run by black people in general, right? Just completely unregistered, that have bad business plans, bad etiquette, bad customer service skills. They don't know how to budget properly. They don't know how to, separate profit from how they need to be paying people, how they need to be paying themselves, all that kind of stuff. It takes time, okay, to make money from a business. It really does. It takes years to turn over a profit for some people even, which is why I want to say that if you want to start a hair shop of your own, if you want to start a lash business of your own, a hair business of your own, a facial business of your own, whatever, please can you first and foremost get the correct qualifications that you need to do that, right? So if, for instance, if you're doing lashes and you want to take please take a legitimate cosmetology course. You want to do facials, you want to have a course, please can you be a licensed esthetician before you do this? If you want to open a shop, please make sure you have all of the right details before you do this. In the times of free AI, free chat GPT, they can make you a business plan. Please, if you need help about like how to look for these things, there's so many tools on TikTok. People who run successful businesses, they're here telling you all of the secrets. Please do not start businesses within the black community and be playing in people's hair and lashes and their lips and their face and their physical body and even like other product like clothing and stuff. Please don't be playing in people's bodies and wardrobes just because you want to make a quick buck, because it's so upsetting that from these conversations that are happening in earnest and people who really want to start businesses for the black community and actually help us out as a community, it's so upsetting when I see that the ones that are actually being promoted are the disingenuous, I'm just trying to make a quick pound side hustles, when in my opinion, if you want to start a hair shop, that needs to be your full thing. That needs to be your whole gig, right? For a certain amount of time. More of you need to realize that when you start a business, this is an investment, okay? This is an investment. This is full time, okay? And I know that we always hear the stories about how, these big CEOs, they were doing this alongside studying at Harvard and blah, 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 blah. But what they don't tell you is that they've had investments from their parents.
Hi, welcome back to this channel and please subscribe. A girl needs subscribers. Please do not scroll. So what happens when community gets tired of spending money in places where it doesn't feel respected? Do you keep shopping there because it's convenient? Or do you say, you know what, I'm taking my money somewhere else? Because that's really what we're talking about with the growing calls to boycott some Asian-owned businesses in black communities. And before somebody hears the word boycott and immediately screams, this is racism, hold on. Let's have a real conversation, because for many black Americans, this is not about hating Asian people. It's about respect, it's about money, it's about respect and ownership. I wonder, why do black communities generate so much consumer spending but still struggle to build the businesses and wealth that stay in these communities? That's the conversation I want us to have today. So I'm not hating any group, but some of this anger did not come all of a sudden. There has been viral incidents involving beauty supply stores, corner stores, restaurants, and other businesses that brought existing frustrations to the surface. And then social media did what social media does. One person speaks up, another person says, wait a minute, I've experienced that too. Then another person says, me too. And suddenly, something that looked like an isolated one event starts looking like a much bigger conversation. Black customers have talked about being followed around stores, being watched, being treated like they are automatically suspicious, being rushed. Shop, 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 get going. Being spoken to disrespectfully. And here is the part that really gets people angry. These businesses are often located directly in black neighborhoods. So black consumers are the ones keeping many of those businesses alive. And people are asking, if my money is good enough for you for your business, why isn't my dignity good enough for your business? Makes sense, right? It makes sense. So, there is not just one store. And I want to be careful here. I'm not going to sit here and tell you every Russian, Asian business owner is anti-black. That's simply not true. There are Asian Americans who have stood with black Americans. Well, maybe yes. There are other Asian-owned businesses that treat their customers extremely well, and there are black-owned businesses that don't treat customers well either. But let's be honest, bad business is bad business. But the frustrations we are seeing is bigger than individual businesses. It's about economics. For generations, black Americans faced serious barriers to buying property, getting mortgages, accessing business credits, and building generational wealth. Redlining and discriminatory lending policies weren't imaginary. They shaped American neighborhood. And when black communities were denied opportunities to business and accumulating wealth, other entrepreneurs were often able to move into these same neighborhoods and fill the economic space. Again, that's not an argument against Asian immigrants. It's an argument about the system. Because when you inherit a system that gives one group few opportunities to build wealth, eventually somebody is going to ask, where did our opportunity go? What do you think? So, this is where the Buy Black movement becomes very interesting. I spend $1. I spend like $20 at a local business. That business pays employees. It buys supplies. It pays rent. It generates profit. Money moves. That's how communities become economically strong. But if almost none of the businesses in your neighborhood are owned by people from your community, you can have a situation where the community is constantly spending money, but it is not building enough ownership. That's the part I think black Americans need to pay attention to, and they have paid attention to, because a boycott by itself is not the solution. If I stop buying from one business today, but tomorrow I still have nowhere else to shop, nothing has really changed. So I'm not interested in just saying, don't shop there. I want us to ask, what are we building instead? Where are the black-owned beauty supply stores? Where are the black-owned grocery stores? Where are the black-owned pharmacies? Where are the black-owned restaurants? Where are the black-owned manufacturing companies? Do we have black-owned delivery companies? Do we have black-owned financial institutions? Of course, I know they are there, but we need to picture that. We need to have more of that. When we have more of that, then we support that. We are going to grow a good community. So this is where I am going to challenge black community. If we want people to buy black, then black businesses have to be ready. I mean, really ready. Clean stores, fair prices, good customer service, reliable opening hours, professional websites, easy payment options, good products. And please answer the phone, because we can't say support black businesses and When somebody calls 3 times, nobody answers. Come on, you get it, right? We have to be serious black economic empowerment. It is not just changing the sign above the door. It's about building businesses that people actually want to return to. And that's how you make the boycott meaningful. Not by destroying somebody else's business, but by building alternatives so strong that even people voluntarily choose yours. Now, that is power. You get me? Yes. And I also think there's a conversation here for Asian businesses owners. If you're operating in the black neighborhood, your customers deserve respect. Period. You don't have to agree with every customer. You don't have to pretend racism doesn't exist. But you do have a responsibility to look at complaints honestly. If enough customers are saying they feel profiled, followed, or disrespected, don't just dismiss them. Listen. And at the same time, I don't think Asian Americans should be reduced to one stereotype either. Many Asian Americans are dealing with their own struggles. Of course, everybody is dealing with their own struggles. The model minority idea can hide real problems inside Asian communities. So this doesn't have to become black people versus Asian people. That's too easy. And honestly, that's exactly the kind of division that keeps working class communities fighting each other instead of asking the harder question about the system that affects everybody. Yeah. So where do I stand? I support black Americans, of course. I support them having the right to decide where their money goes, and if a business doesn't respect me, I don't have to spend my money there. That's not hatred, that's a consumer choice. But I also want something bigger than a boycott. I want ownership. I want black businesses that can compete. I want black communities where the money doesn't just come in but actually circulates. Because the goal shouldn't be replace one group of business owners with another one. The goal should be create communities where black Americans have enough economic power and that we never forced to accept disrespect simply because we do not have alternatives. And that's the part where this conversation comes in. A boycott can make noise, but ownership creates power. And if black Americans are serious about economic independence, then that's where the conversations needs to go next. So please tell me what you think in the comment section, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.